His rhetoric is really getting dangerous. That man cannot see public office again. He is not only unfit, he is destructive to our democracy, and he has to be eliminated.
And the donor class can't just sit back on the sidelines and say, oh, well, don't worry, this will all work itself out. They're still going to have to go out and put a bullet in Donald Trump.
Maybe Donald Trump will go away. Maybe he'll go to jail. Maybe he will die, not to be too morbid, but maybe, he's not a young man.
And I mean this from the bottom of my heart. Trump is a threat to this nation.
This occupant of the Oval Office poses a clear and present danger to our future, to our democracy.
What was at stake tonight and this week, whether we will be a democracy in the future, whether our children will be arrested and conceivably killed.
It's an actor dressed to look just like President Donald Trump as he's assassinated on stage. Look as his character is stabbed to death. It's a staging of Shakespeare's Julius Caesar that is outraging many. The controversial production is taking place here in New York City's Central Park. The staging is being seen as a direct jab at Trump.
Yes, I have thought an awful lot about blowing up the White House.
Donald Trump and the MAGA Republicans represent an extremism that threatens the very foundations of our republic. MAGA Republicans do not respect the Constitution. They do not believe in the rule of law. They do not recognize the will of the people.
They voted for Trump in 20. They knew exactly what they were doing. If they vote for Donald Trump in 2024, they're knowingly voting for a fascist. They're voting for a racist. They're voting for somebody that wants to put this country 200 years in the back.
The Republicans, in terms of their numbers, are the largest authoritarian force the world over.
In Mein Kampf, Hitler wrote, "The Jew," and I'm quoting him here, "poisons the blood of others." Trump has used that line before and other phrases like it that echo Nazi rhetoric.
A lot of people have tried to draw similarities between Mussolini and Hitler and the use of the terminology like vermin and the drive that those men had towards autocracy and dictatorship. The difference, though, I think makes Donald Trump even more dangerous, and that is he has no philosophy he believes in.
Osama bin Laden as a person is far more understandable to me and far less reprehensible personally, psychologically, than Trump.
He's going to force prosecutors to arrest political enemies. He's going to execute generals that don't follow his commands. He's able to use SEAL Team 6 to execute political opponents. And he says, you can't arrest me for that. You can go down the list. He's going to be a dictator from day one. He's going to terminate the Constitution.
I think that, look, I believe that the president is literally an existential threat. This is really dangerous stuff.
Because Donald Trump is such an authoritarian, an autocrat, we have to win this election. This is not a normal election where you want to win. If you don't, you cooperate and do the best you can for the country and hope to win the next time. This is something that is undermining our democracy, and he must be stopped. He cannot be president.
I think he's a fascist and a bigot, but
those are his good points.
Those are his good points. Exactly.
The Washington Post headline screams, if Trump is convicted, Secret Service protection may be obstacle to imprisonment. I thank you for your legislation. I have been saying for some time that any former president or federal official who has this type of protection and some of the other benefits of being a former member of office, all of that should go away.
It causes people to think, well, gosh, if you're a Trump supporter and you see Marjorie Taylor Greene or whoever saying they were ready to assassinate Donald Trump, it's nonsense. And kind of the final point, Nicole, you know who engages in sort of flowery, hyperbolic accusations of opponents trying to assassinate them? Authoritarians do that. around the world. It is common practice, if you tune into the sort of opponents of Kim Jong-un or the opponents of Saddam Hussein or whoever it is, there's this vitriolic accusations that the other side is trying to kill them. That's the sort of behavior that goes on around authoritarians. And so that's what we're seeing. It is putting agents, unfortunately, at danger. And I really, really hope that it gets nipped in the bud soon.